to see you this Wednesday morning.
Good morning. Wow, it's Wednesday already. Time goes fast, right? And talking about Wednesday, so it's already February. The year time really goes fast. But I'm looking forward to my our winter getaway next week. It's our off for a week, and here in Boston, Massachusetts, we have kind of a I don't know. I'm not sure if this is spring break or winter break. I refuse to call it spring break. It's no as warm enough, but I'm excited for some time off to Florida. My kids all
Ooh,
their wishes, Mom, let's just go somewhere that we can wear shorts.
right.
I was like, okay, we can do that.
Well, let's hope the weather's nice in Florida. They had a cold spell recently too. So,
I heard one of my clients mentioned she was actually there, and she said it was 40s. But you know what? I since I promised we'll wear shorts. Even if we have to wear tights inside, we'll wear shorts.
yep,
I'm
you'll
just
make
kidding.
it happen. I have
Well,
every confidence
exactly.
in you.
We are all about making it happen. Whereas, we both are from the hospitality industry, right? And today, the reason, I wanted to bring my friend Tammy in and, share a little bit about marketing. There's so much going on. There's so much going on in AI and digital and different channels of marketing. And we as business owner, entrepreneur, marketing professional, it's overwhelming, right?
Yes,
Agree? Yeah.
definitely. I mean, there's so much coming at you that you're trying to identify, where do I focus my time and where do I make the biggest impact?
Absolutely, absolutely. So I wanted to bring the experts of experts today
Yeah.
and share some insights about marketing. Even though we have AI, I feel like I always I'm not catching up with what's going on. There's so many AI apps, some and digital marketing done by AI and all of that. But it really, when I sit down and rethink and pause, it's marketing is marketing. The essence. What is the essence of a marketing? And that's what we will really talk about. Not yes, we evolve with new things that's going on, but also what I mean, not being too overwhelmed with what's going on. What's our intention? What we are trying to get out, to our audience, right? And the heart of marketing. That's what the focus of our topic. And and I'm gonna kind of do kind of interview style with Tammy, and she's amazing. She is someone who I have known for almost over a decade,
Yeah,
right?
coming up on,
Um,
yeah, quite some
yes,
time.
when
The time flies when you have, fun and meet fantastic people.
absolutely, and she's the first person I thought of when I was like, okay, for marketing, for AI, and she's a perfect person to talk with about this topic. And tell me, why would you like to share with us, in your 27 or plus years of marketing, what is marketing in your own words?
Well, I probably have a little bit of an unorthodox definition of marketing because having spent so much time in hospitality, you really learn that the relationships that you build is really defines who you are and how people remember you. So yes, I would say that there's both internal and external marketing. You're going to have your normal lines of, marketing to attract your clientele, but I think the real magic, see what I did there, happens when you get the individuals involved in your organization and you really make it personal for them. So to me, marketing is how you show up and create experiences that are going to, create retention of your clientele, because they are going to continue to come back if they have great experiences that they remember. So, again, there's so many different outlets with marketing. And, speaking of AI, I look at that as an opportunity to maybe help you with that, and maybe streamline and make your processes a little bit more efficient. But there is nothing that can replace the human touch of marketing. And I think that is where so many companies now are relying on the AI to, handle client interactions. And you're not getting that personalized experience and that human connection, which is really what we're talking about, is the importance and how building the human connection really defines, the experience that someone's going to have when they work with you.
Absolutely. Yes, the creating memorable experiences, right? That really help make people feel they understand, they are seen. And both you and I have our favorite quote, which is people forget what others said and what others have done, but they will never forget how we made them feel, right?
Yep, Maya Angelou, she nailed it. She said, people are always going to remember how you make them feel. They, again, might forget what you said or what you did, but that lasting feeling of those experiences are going to be what they remember.
Absolutely, yes. And talking about AI, and yeah, we were talking last week and talking about experiences, how the human interaction. Yes, I'm not against AI. I think a lot of tasks, repetitive tasks, can be done, by AI. But it still, we need that human touch. I can replace my answering machine with AI. Hi, this is Sue calling from Magic Promotion. But I'm sure my clients would want to talk with a real person, a live person that can really understand their problem, not a generic customized answer. And a recent experience that I had, now I talk about it all the time now, is I'm not a big fan of fast food, but the other day my kids said, hey, they wanted to go to Wendy's, so we went there at I believe it's around 10:40-ish, 10:45 a.m. And we wanted to order sandwich and chicken nuggets, I believe. If I'm not mistaken. Anyway, so because we went to other places too, I don't remember what, but sandwiches for sure, which is for lunch menu. So when we arrived, the machine came. The AI just greeted us. Hi, how can I help you? And okay, I started with my order, and the response was, "Oh, I'm sorry, that's for lunch menu." And I was so bummed because we drove 20 minutes to go there, and was told, it's not available now. But it is what it is. I was gonna drive off, go home, or go somewhere else. And guess what?
What happened?
They surprised me. And one of the staff, greeted us saying, what would you like to order? I will make it for you. She said exact words, I will make it for you. Now,
Okay.
even it's 10:40 or 10:45, it's not lunch time yet. Lunch menu is not out yet. But the fact that she recognized, and all of a sudden, I felt I am being seen, I'm being understood, being heard. And I was like, this is this made my day. And this is the essence of it, how to make other people's day, and be remembered. Now I talk about Wendy's all the time, how they actually had that human touch. If they only had that AI there, then it
Guess who was
probably
driving off without food? Sue and her
exactly
kids.
right, and with upset kids in the back, right?
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, I think that's great. Again, there's going to be some processes, but, that is where you needed that human connection. You needed that person. So, whatever their systems were in the back end that alerted them to say, hey, there is an issue that is happening right now at the drive through that our
Hmm.
AI bot is not able to handle.
Hmm.
Commend them for being able to identify that and step in and really save the day. And like you said, created such an experience now that you are going out and singing their praises, where it would have been a much different outcome, had that human connection and that human experience not come to the forefront for you.
Absolutely. And yeah, it's so true. And if we just recognize that yes, AI can help, but not all. We desire. There's one thing that, I remember last year, a couple of years ago, we made a t-shirt gift, and on the back, I think that's the essence of marketing. On the back we had everyone desires to be seen, heard, and understood. And I think that is the essence of marketing. It's not, I mean, a random away gift or random giveaway. It has to be done with heart. Even for crafting messages, it has to be thoughtful message that really speaks to your audience, right?
Absolutely.
That captures your audience heart, not something random. So, talking about using AI for marketing, crafting messages. Now, if you don't know how to use those, the messages are not going to come as how you want it. It's not on brand. It's not how it's not relevant to the to your message, and it really it will be lack of human touch.
Right. It won't be personal, and that's, the one thing that, I think Magic Promotions does a phenomenal job of is that personal touch. You are connecting with your clients one on one to identify what is our end goal here. It's not just, oh, let's send a t shirt or let's send, XYZ. You're tapping into what is going to make the biggest impact so that they are remembered for, again, that personalized experience, the human touch. And like you said, AI just can't bring that human touch to the forefront like a person can. And that's where I think that many companies are really going by the wayside because they are not stepping up to make that human connection. So you had a great experience with AI. I, on the other hand, did not. I was
Tell us
really
about that.
needing to speak with someone. I knew that the situation that I had was going to require a human being to help me solve that situation. But it started with a bot chat. And so I put in my information. I get back a response from the AI. Oh, well, reference the email that you received. Okay, I've referenced the email that I've said, that I received, and it directed me to this website to get further assistance. Please reference the email that you received. It just was a loop and a loop and a loop. And I mean, I left without getting my answer and was frustrated with the situation because that's where the email directed me. And then I got caught up in a loop. And not once was I able, even when I would say, please give me a human person to speak with. Oh, please refer back to your email. Like, I've done the email. So, that's another example of where that experience really tarnished my opinion of that particular company because I wasn't able to get done what I needed to get done when it could have been solved very easily and quickly by having the opportunity to speak with a person.
Absolutely. How did it make you feel at the moment?
Oh, I was frustrated. I'm like, I just want to talk to a person. Please just give me a
Right.
person. Because I knew once I got someone on the phone that I wasn't going to get the runaround anymore. I was at least going to be given some direction on what I could do to solve the issue that I was encountering. And, I just was not able to, get what I needed to out of the instructions that they were sent. So again, I'm assuming that that email was automated that directed you to this particular platform, which was again automated. And, just overall, it was a sense of frustration.
Right, right. I am sure with a human, uh, human touch, they can definitely have a better answer as reference to the email, reference to the email, reference to the email. It is frustrating.
Yeah,
I get it. I've had those experiences, and a lot of time what we ended up doing, procrastinate and not getting it done at all because it is frustrating. It is, we have so many things, on hand to deal with. And now, yeah, to one more thing, right? I don't want to deal with another bot that just doesn't understand what I'm trying to accomplish, right?
correct. Yep.
Yeah, and again, I think a lot of repetitive tasks can be, but for customer service side, I truly believe we do need that human touch. I still remember years ago I had a phone call to give feedback about something, and then it was dial 9, dial 3, and then wait an hour, and then got disconnected and all of that, just going nowhere experience of frustration, right? So I do believe with the human touch, that helps because I would say when you have the right people, right? And when we worked with hospitality industry, we try to get the right people on your team, on the bus, right? Right mindset, attitude that will be able to, always go above and beyond to make someone's day, to whatever that we can do to make it happen, right? To make the magic happen, to elevate their experience, their stay with us.
Well, again, that comes back to building the relationship. It's taking the time to really understand who that person is, and that's also, going to play out into the marketing. Who is the person that you were really trying to connect with, and how can you make that, experience stand out? Again, people want to be seen, they want to be heard. And, when you really truly listen to the essence of what someone is saying and really make that, personal for them, that is going to, pay dividends back, to you in so many different ways. Not only will you build referrals because they had a great experience with you, but again, I think with hospitality, it's, that servant's heart. It is, understanding that, you are making an experience for someone that is going to stay with them forever, which again, I'm going to date us back to when we first met. And I would love for you to tell the story of,
Mhm.
how we initially connected and, how that brings us here, almost, 10 years later.
I know, yeah, that is right. And I still remember that was years ago. And as an entrepreneur, that was in my early stage of magic promotions. And I believe in 2 or 3 years running magic promotions, not knowing what I was doing, and or haven't seen results yet. And having that self doubt. And I was like, you know what? Why did I leave corporate anyway? I mean, I had a good job, and I have my background is I have a master's degree in hospitality management, and yet now what am I doing? I'm here, I'm there, doing accounting, doing sales, marketing, doing wearing all the hats, and that doubt and kind of just made me think maybe I should just go back to corporate world. And then I connected with Tammy, and she is so kind and generous. Before she, even said that they didn't have the position, she said, I'd love to meet with you. She's put time aside to chat with me, and she said, I don't have a position right now, and you are a great person, and I wanted to connect you with a couple of my connections, people in my network that may have opening. And I was like, wow, back then I didn't know her. We just got connected on LinkedIn, and she opened her arm and helped me, offered of advice and connect me to the right people. I didn't necessarily actually go back, and because I also, funny enough, I talked with my husband, and he is a PhD minded person. He goes, well, you know how much time have you spent in doing that to call yourself an expert for anyone? It takes at least 10,000 hours. How many hours have you spent in the industry? And that made me rethink. And I never looked back, but still doing what I do, and really sharpened my my tools, and became better, read lots of books, and connected and be out there. And now I can confidently say, I know a thing or two about marketing. But sorry, got distracted, but back to our story, right? And we got connected, and how Tammy helped me, really stayed with me. She went above and beyond, and she genuinely cared and wanted to help. And so, it stayed with me, and just a couple months ago, she shared a post like that she is looking for a marketing leadership position. And when I saw it, I was like, wow, I didn't know she was looking for a position. And the least I could do is sharing it in my network. We have a lot of clients on LinkedIn, marketing professional, and who knows where that would take, right? And I shared Tammy's a connection, and I know she's also networking, and talking to people that she knew, and surprisingly, and who was it, the person that's someone you actually know from the club you worked before, right?
Yep. Networking, like I said, building those connections and those relationships. And again, even though you and I had essentially lost touch and, not been in contact for that period of time, it really made an impression on me when you did share that. And, it caused us to reconnect because, I reached out, just in awe of the fact. And, you said, hey, you did the same thing for me before you even knew me, by introducing me to your network. And again, that just goes back to when you make that impression, people are going to remember that. And so that's what's so important, to tie this back into the marketing element, is that, when you are, genuine, and you are truly, in it to make an impact, when you take the time to make it personal, it will again just come back in dividends, on the relationships and what people remember and what they feel and how you made them feel. So, it's been great to reconnect with you, through this experience. And yes, it was through my network that, I will be starting a brand new opportunity. I'm not going to announce what that is yet, but this next week I, will be starting, a new opportunity. And that came about through, again, building the connections and, keeping those relationships. People, again, will remember what you did for them. And, what you do with Magic Promotions is, again, taking that time to really dive into what can we do that is going to stand out. And something that you've shared with me that I think is amazing is it doesn't have to just be at the holidays, when you reach out to the clients. I think it's those off moments. Again, you've talked about celebrating someone's birthday, again, making it personal. What do you know about those individuals that is going to make them be like, wow, that meant a lot to me because it wasn't expected. So I think the unexpected gifting is really, what can make an impact. And even if it's a, hey, I was just thinking of you, that is going to come around, and make people really remember, they made it personal for me.
Yes, and that brings me back to the conversation about chocolate. I remember I posted the it's right here actually.
Yeah, your little business card of I
Right,
thought it
my
was
business
genius.
cards
I loved
arrived,
it.
and yes, for me it's business cards, but it's actually people don't know if I'd say business card, but it's actually dark chocolate, and also we have it, thoughtfully branded with words "be remembered," "boost visibility," "onboarding gift," and "corporate gift." Uh, Employee retention, swag, even. But yeah, I thought it will be instead of all about your logo. I think it's the message that captures people's heart. When I have those at different events, when I give them, and here's my business card, people reach out to me. He's like, hey, I wanted to brainstorm with you, and I have a event coming up, and I wanted to chat with you what we can do to help stand out and be remembered. And and you too, when you saw the my business card post, you said, hey, I wanted you to send it to my friend Delisi, and she loves creative ideas. You two should connect. And I want to officially say thank you for that. And we did connect, and she is amazing. She's such a knowledgeable person in the field she's in, helping lawyers, marketing, and all of that. We are working together for her her marketing atoms, her branded uniform, all of that. But really appreciate you making that connection. And that was something. I for me, it's sharing the ideas, and but how it really made people feel, and and they remember what you do, how you made them feel, and made them wanted to reach out. And I remember I did something else a couple. I mean, that was for Magic Promotions 10th anniversary. We did fortune cookies, and the reason I want to share is because they are relevant, because when people talk with me, they'll ask where you're from, did you grow up with eating fortune cookies. So I was like, wow, that would be fortune cookie is a way to go. So for my 10th company 10th anniversary in 2023, I should say, and we just did fortune cookies. One fortune cookie says, fortune comes with strategic marketing. And the second fortune cookie says, something magical awaits, call the magic Sue. And the best one yet, your lucky number is, if you've had fortune cookie, you know that there are not lucky numbers in the bottoms, right? In the bottom. So your lucky number is then my cell phone number.
Oh, I love that. See, I mean, again, it's the creativity, but that I'm sure made a massive impact, to be like, wow, I just got a fortune cookie. And then you break it open and wow, look what, they were able to be creative and create. And, you've done, again, umbrellas. I still have an umbrella that you gifted me early on. I have my little mug, so you really have done, wonders when it comes to identifying what is going to make the biggest impact. And, for that, I commend you. I think you've done a stellar job in over 10 years building your company. I'm glad we've had a chance to reconnect. And, I really enjoyed chatting, with you today, and, figuring out why AI can be helpful, but how it will never replace the opportunity to make it personal and build those human connections, which is, what people are going to remember.
Absolutely. I so agree with you. And I'm a big fan of you, Tammy. And I know it's about time, but I appreciate you joining us here. And, wish you all the best in your new, job. And yeah, we'll catch up again soon, and have a great day, and talk soon.
Sounds great. Thanks so much for having me, Sue. Take care.
You too. Bye bye.